My name is ZPRA. I'm here with these two comrades, Comrade Magwizi, being a spokesperson for the ZPRA War Veterans Association, and Comrade Vandafa, being our spokesperson for the new beginning, bringing together the former fighters for one and one only agenda about revisiting our founding values. Our founding values are values of Ubuntu, where the struggle was waged because we were sticking Ubuntu values of Ubuntu. We are now making a new realization, having historically made such efforts at the Joint Military Command in Mbeya, ZIPA in Mozambique, for one and only struggle about the true liberation of Zimbabwe. But now we are saying the true values have been literally forgotten. We wanted to bring the main thrust of this country, especially towards elections, that there must be no bloodshedding because of the elections. People in Zimbabwe are afraid of elections. Ngesishona yiti vanhu vanomerera, afraid that elections are coming because they associate elections with violence. Now we want to have a new chapter where elections are supposed to be times of jubilation, times of people practicing the one man, one vote legacy that was fought for, that people died for. This is why we are saying we will be spearheading this new movement of peace building in Zimbabwe, being spearheaded by former liberation combatants. Therefore, I'm introducing to you Comrade Vandafa as the new spokesperson, as our spokesperson to be speaking about this new starting to ZANLA together with the ZPRA, the former combatants. We will be visiting every part of the country with the key message of peace building. We wanted to destroy the myth that elections are about violence, that politicians are merchants of violence. We want to put that off the political arena. So the key message is peace for Zimbabwe. The new message is for the founding values of true independence, of true liberation, where people are free to make their choices without looking aside, afraid that they are being spied on.
Rather than using the word former fighters, we just want to be liberators of this country. We've realized that not much is being followed, especially when it comes to our founding principles of the revolution. We just want to resuscitate that and make sure that we no longer have any bloodshed. That's why we see the fighters, that's ZPRA and ZANLA, reorganizing, coming together to make sure that the fundamentals of the revolution are kept. On that note, since I've already indicated that Comrade Poeta has said it all, I would ask Comrade Magwizi, my brother here, to further elucidate on what we really want to do.
It has always been a noble objective to bring peace and remove the spectre of fear from amongst the hearts and minds of the people of Zimbabwe, who over the years have been subjected under 43 years of stress in this governance system. But by coming together of the veterans, it means that there shall be no violence in Zimbabwe. There shall be no structure that can institute violence, because all along over the years, the people who were renowned for instituting violence were the veterans. If it will be left to government, maybe it will be in the military and the police to conduct that violence. But according to liberators who liberated people, ZPRA and ZANLA, there shall be no more violence. Above all, together as we meet as comrades, we have proclaimed that all the ills that government has done must be addressed, including the spectre of genocide in Gukurahu. My comrades will testify to that, and they have even indicated their sentiments on the return of the ZPRA properties. It is interesting to note that if it comes from the comrades, it makes a lot of impact in the world to tell everyone that there is a very viral program that has been instituted over the years, and now all people are wide open-eyed, so that we are now able to see with the same objective where we need to take Zimbabwe to for posterity. Thank you very much. From the ZANLA side, Fandafa is one ex-combatant, Kurira is another. There is Comrade Nenji or Webster Gwauya, who was instrumental basically during the structuring of the ZANLA forces at Credo, when some renegades had run away from Special Affairs Department of ZAPU and gone into ZANLA. And then they were the ones who started to cause confusion out there. And these guys were seeing it. And when they started to voice, then they told him that he was not fitting the system. Over the years, he has been marginalized. But he was instrumental in 1972, 1974, 1976 at ZIPA, and even in the Patriotic Front. These are the guys who have the legacy of those who were killed by Togogara, the Nari and Banza, who were said to have rebelled in Zambia. These are the same guys who were detained by Robert Mugabe and Mnangagwa in Mozambique for refusing to recognize the legacy of Robert Mugabe as the head of ZANU in Mozambique. And actually, over the years, they have also been relegated to oblivion. They have not been wanted. So they have not been preferred because the system had cast them out. But now they are saying, guys, we are the custodians of the history of the liberation struggle. All other people who today are champions of whatever happens today are just people novices. We are the people who know it all. And we acknowledge it because we have seen it. So they have a history. And from now onwards, we will be working with them towards transforming the structures of violence, transforming the conflicts of Zimbabwe completely, because they are going to assist us, and together we are going to go all the constituencies in the country to try and formalize the structures of peace. And the international community, we appeal to that international community to say, guys, we were labeled as the structure who were supposed to be meeting violence. But here we are going to mitigate on violence. We are here to mitigate